What's good, gamers? I play a lot of video games. New ones, old ones, shooters, puzzle games, isometric roguelikes, sims, third-person stamina action games, Souls-likes, horror games. I play a lot of video games. And I kind of wanted to start a new tradition that I'm going to do around probably late to mid-November every year, unless there's a specific game that hasn't come out yet that I know is coming out in December or whatever, to just talk about my games of the year. Not games that came out this year necessarily, but the games that I played the most and had the most fun with this year. And I'm stealing this from Donkey or other content creators that don't do a game releases game of the year video. They do whatever games they've been playing that year. Before we get too deep into the video, if y'all could click like and hit subscribe as well, that would be very, very cool. I put out 2 videos a week, Tuesdays and Fridays at noon Eastern time. We're coming up on the end of the year, and I'm very excited to see how it's all going to turn out in the end, how things have gone. So I appreciate y'all sticking around for that. Alright, so honorable mentions first to Destiny 2 and RuneScape. These are 2 games that I have played forever. I will play forever. I've definitely put the most time of any game into Destiny 2 across the last decade plus, or however long it's been. And I talk about Destiny a lot. I don't really want to make content on RuneScape or talk about RuneScape beyond what I do, because I am not a high-level player in RuneScape. I might have high levels, but I don't do everything. I'm still working my way through old content. I don't even have Prif unlocked yet, dude. Those are 2 games that I will play forever. RuneScape is that perfect side monitor game that I can just do while I do other things. Destiny is the game that I will play forever, and if you're familiar with my content, if you look around my channel, you can see that as well. So, just honorable mentions to those 2 games. Starting off at number 5, we got the Silent Hill 2 remake from Bloober Team. This is an awful and uncomfortable video game in the best possible ways. It's extremely well paced, and it's a masterclass in building tension, while also having some of the most tasteful, I guess is the right adjective, tastefully done jump scares in any horror media I've ever experienced. I usually don't like them, but when you can earn them in the way that Silent Hill 2 does, it is fan-fucking-tastic. Its combat system leaves much to be desired, but that's kind of the point. James isn't anything but a depressed man looking for his dead wife, so he shouldn't really be that great at combat at all. Silent Hill 2 isn't a game about beating things with sticks. All of the little details that come together as well, like the way that James holds the firearm with his horrible trigger discipline, which is like LARPing red flag, but whatever, fuck you. The design of Maria, the way that Eddie looks, the way that the enemies are designed, the small, like just all these little things, the camera shots whenever like you see the ring on his finger and like how it lingers at that angle from, like all of these small little details create an amazing experience for returning fans that have played the original, or those going back through trying for a different ending. It's got body horror, sexual frustration, repressed trauma, and the quintessential survival horror puzzles that make you think to yourself, how the fuck does that make any sense? Pure misery, and I couldn't be more satisfied with what Bloober managed to pull off. Good shit. Coming in at number 4, we got Returnal. You want to talk about confusion, guilt, self-loathing, and punishment, though? This game came out 3 years ago on April 30th in 2021, and it looked interesting, but the title really put me and the rest of my buddies off, and we completely forgot about it. About halfway through this year, I started paying for Nebula and had my phone auto-playing through Jacob Geller's entire catalog. Hearing him describe the game as a very difficult roguelike while Blue Oyster Cult's Don't Fear the Reaper played was enough to convince me that I missed out. So I went home that day and bought it. I still don't have everything unlocked, nor have I solved every mystery or experienced all the story beats, but I'm having an extremely fun time with what is probably the most visually stunning 3D bullet hell roguelike on the market. It's got co-op and a daily leaderboard for curated runs as well, if those things are what you look for in your roguelike experience. If you passed on this like I did because of the interesting name, and you like any of the buzzwords I mentioned a few seconds ago, I highly recommend giving Returnal a shot. It's beautiful, it's fun, it's difficult, it's confusing, cosmic horror, it's great. Miyazaki and the team have created peak gaming again. Shadow of the Erd Tree had so much in it that I'm considering it on par with a full game release. Suck me if you disagree. There was some extremely painful difficulty issues at the time of launch that I attribute to the arms race between FromSoft itself and the player, and to be honest with you, some of them haven't really gone anywhere, but also we as a community have grown past them, as we usually do with every FromSoft title and DLC. That's not as big of a deal as I might make it out to be. But like with Artorias of the Abyss, Crown of the Ivory King, The Old Hunters, and the Ring City before it, Shadow of the Erdtree sticks to the FromSoft tradition of DLC being both the best and the most difficult part of their respective Souls games. The feeling of having almost no idea of where to go, but having everywhere to explore that really made the first playthrough of Elden Ring's base game perfect came back in full force and was just as welcome as that previous time. If you're into the lore, there's actually answers and explanations for many different questions. One of the worst boss fights in the DLC is like context for literally everything. Like it's ROM 2.0, and I hate ROM, but the lore implications of it are so unbelievably far-reaching because it confirms things that we all suspected, but, like, you don't get that very often in Souls or Elden Ring or whatever, so, like, holy shit. The new weapons and spells are mostly cool, and the Abyssal Woods, it was an extremely well-done atmospheric experience that reminded me of Upper Cathedral Ward, but on a much grander scale and with winter lanterns. There isn't much that I can say about Shadow of the Erdtree that would fit in this kind of video other than what I already have. If you liked Elden Ring and you somehow haven't played its DLC yet, do so now. Coming in at number 2, we've got Roboquest. And if I had to pick a game that ticks the most fun boxes at once, it would have to be this one. Bricky said it best in his review of the game back in March.
Roboquest is a combination of Borderlands aesthetic and weaponry, modern Doom gameplay, and the Risk of Rain loop.
And that's probably the most accurate thing to be said about Roboquest. Everything about this game is just pure fun. The music, the progression, the variety of weapons and builds, the art style, the secrets, the branching pathways, all of it is just pure unfiltered bliss. On multiple occasions, I have launched the game for a quick run or two after work to just decompress after a long 12-hour shift at the ball crushing factory. The next thing I know, it's 4 hours later, and I forgot to eat dinner. This game is fucking amazing. It is a little intense in the same way that Titanfall 2 was, where your brain will turn to mush from having to pay attention to everything on harder difficulties. But if you want to just chill and unlock things, there's a story difficulty option. It's pure fun. I've been addicted since I picked it up, and it's on Game Pass. Fucking play it. Oh, I can't believe I forgot. This game has a rally mechanic, like Bloodborne. Kinda. If you know, you know. And there's co-op, so if you've got friends that want to ruin the dopamine receptors too, you can.
I make my weapon better, make me survive longer.
Yeah, except you have 2 deaths and I don't.
Yeah, I'm not very good at what I do.
Coming in at number 1 is Balatro, I don't fucking know. I'm gonna say it however I want to say it. Local thunky motherfucker, I'm coming for you. I have bought this game 3 times. My PC, my Switch, and my phone. I legitimately believe that I still have not spent enough money on it yet. It's that fucking good. If you exist anywhere in the internet in the gaming sphere, you already know about this and have either played it, or you're scared of losing your free time to our Lord and Savior Jimbo. I'm gonna tell a little story here. Some of you may know that I work in manufacturing. No, you assholes will never find out where because I want to complain about my job without the fear of getting fired. Part of our inspection process requires another qualified operator to check a certain number of parts after every tool change just really just getting another pair of eyes on what we make in order to prevent sending out bad parts. So one day I made a tool change, but we were short-staffed due to the holiday weekend. So I was told to hang out at my work center until somebody could come and check the parts that I had made. I pulled out my phone, and I launched Bloodelf, just thinking, I'll start a run, and, you know, in the next 3 or 4 minutes, somebody will be by, and they'll take care of me. Smash cut to 2 hours later, because they had forgotten about me needing an inspection, and I didn't even notice until my phone battery gave me the 20% warning. I was in a machine shop, surrounded by very loud things, on my phone. I didn't notice everything going on around me. I was so engrossed in this game on my phone. I lost a couple of runs, too. This game is actual crack, dude. It's watch the number go up on a completely different fucking level to anything I've ever played before. Part of what I enjoy in RuneScape is seeing the number go up over time. You know, after so long, you finally get that 99, and then just climbing it even further, and just getting the number go up, right? You are slowly progressing that to the top of that mountain. I thought I knew what that meant. Not even fucking close, dude. Balatro is a once-in-a-generation roguelike experience that is such a perfect gameplay loop that I don't even care how unlucky I am, dude. This game is not just Game of the Year for me personally. I believe it competes at a level with all of the other games that are going to be at Jeff's fucking show. If this does not get a nomination, I'll be very, very surprised. Maybe I won't be surprised, because, like, it's not a cinematic third-person action game or a game about social or political issues, so the chances of winning are actually pretty slim. But it's an extremely refined experience with endless potential that you will thank for stealing your wallet and your free time. This game is fucking fantastic. And I can't wait to see what else comes down the pipeline, because Local Thug is adding free content. This is one of them games. This is one of them games that completely restructures everything. When you played Binding of Isaac, and you discovered what a roguelike was, and like that you enjoyed bullet hells, and like how that set off a chain reaction to get you into the indie scene, right? Like, Balatro is one of those games. I don't know, man. It's fucking wild. It's crazy. It's good. It's good. Play it. Don't play it. Don't play it because you lose all your free time, but play it. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. I'm gonna be doing a proper year in review video at some point. I don't know when it's gonna be, or what, but this is kind of my celebration for hitting that 1 year mark. And I also looked at the releases for the next 2 months, and nothing that really looked that interesting to me was gonna happen, so I didn't want to put this at the start of next year. I know what I'm into, so if something pops up, I'll make an addendum or I'll make a video about it, but for now, this is my personal list of the top 5 games that I played this year. But with that, that's going to be it for me today. Have you guys played any of the 5 games that I've listed so far? What did you think about them? I'd love to hear about it in those comments down below. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful day.